Jonah here. Going to try another beer review. Obviously, you probably heard the news that I'm, yeah, going back under the knife again. So, yeah, I haven't done a beer review for a while, or not a recorded one. I have drunk plenty of beer though, and if you want to keep up with my exploits, um, meet me on Untapped. My handle thing for Untapped should be in the description. Yeah, Jonah is me. Um, so we're going to do another one from the Nomadic Brewers, and unfortunately, there's nothing else about this particular brewer or brewery, I should say, in here. I'll tell you what there is though, and this was pretty cool. I didn't have it ready, unfortunately, but there is an article in here from, there you go, Adrian Turner Jones, ETJ, from his book, A Pub for All Seasons, which I'm reading at the moment. Got a signed copy actually from him. So thank you, dude. If you're watching this, don't know why you'd be watching this video, but you never know. You might be. You might be. Anyway, the beer we are going to try today is from these guys, Big Hug Brewing. You might have heard them before. Do Not Disturb. And it's a NEPA beer, which is cool. So it's definitely a pale ale, not an IPA, which people are going away from calling everything IPA at the moment. And that is fantastic. It's a 4% beer, which is definitely sits within pale ale territory. And the guys here, no, that's the ingredients. Where's the thing? Oh God, it's loads of stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to read all of that, but these guys are obviously cuckoo brewers, but they're also behind Craft Beer Rising. If you've heard of that, didn't quite do that well, and I think it kind of went bankrupt or something. But they also started Brew London, which is that big kind of craft beer festival. Used to be Surrey Quays and is now kind of along the South Bank, I believe. Well, there's more than one actually around. It's one of those ones where you have to pay up front for a ticket and you get like a wine glass. You get a small glass, and then so each pour is probably 250 max. So what's that? A third of a pint max. And I think the tickets are 60 quid or 65 quid or something. So for me, I don't know if it's worth it, to be perfectly honest. There are certain ways of getting in, but I don't like doing that. Unless I'm judging. If I'm beer judging, then yeah, you can throw me a free ticket. But otherwise, yeah, trying to blag it in, bit naughty really. But if you've got loads of money to burn, why not go for it? Anyway, let us go for this beer. Let's go for a pour. I think it's pouring really clear. I thought it was going to be a proper hazy. We shall see if there's a bit of depth charge stuff right at the end. No, not much at all. I mean, it's not super clear. I suppose it is hazy, but it's not. I can see through there a little bit. You can see shapes. It's not a cloudy, thick beer, put it that way. What am I doing? I was going to tell you what hops were in there, but let's go for one of these first. Because I've been away for so long, I've forgotten how to blooming do these things. There we go, something like that. And then a cheeky grin. That's cool. Not much head to speak of. Look, it's fading already. So we shall see how things go. But yes, I was going to read you the hops because that's the important thing. So we've got Citra, Mosaic, Cascade, and Amarillo. So it's a real kind of old and new type mix, which is really interesting. And it has got a little bit of kind of wheaty malt in, which would probably that would be why it's got that sort of slight. I mean, you can. It's not. I can't really. It's not clear, but it's not superbly hazy either. Let us see what we get. Getting some fantastic kind of aromas. There's that tiny thing which I get sometimes, which is like a kind of detergenty type thing. Um, and it's usually because people have used different types of malts and they're reacting with the hops. So you get that kind of soapy type thing. Actually, it's usually I think it's usually Mosaic that it does it with, and it especially gives that kind of. I always think of a lemon washing up detergent, if that makes sense. Right, let us dive in. By the way, if you're new to the channel and this is your first beer, sorry for freaking you out with my intro, but yeah, it is a freaky time for me. As I say, later the month, I'm going back into the hospital for a biopsy. Basically, they're going to cut a bit off me, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't be anything really nasty. But hey, we don't know. But anyway, don't worry about that. Have a look at some of my back catalogue. There are some real funny videos in there, and yeah, you might find a beer, and you go, you know what, I might want to try that. What does John think of it? That is what it's all about. Anyway, subscribe. Why not click like to this video? Obviously, if you've liked, we're sort of coming up to 7 minutes. So I've kept your imagination for that long. And obviously, my aim is to entertain you. That's my main aim. And obviously, I'm drinking beer too. Cheers and beers to you, dear viewer. Oh, wow. Wow, interesting. I am getting that kind of lemony thing, but now it's coming forward as a kind of sour lemon, which is unusual because yeah, you would have thought with things like Amarillo, especially, you kind of get that more orangey thing. But I guess it's a sort of juicy type thing too. But it's more on the kind of lemon side than the orange side. But I am definitely getting that kind of soapy kind of thing. I suppose it might be, yeah, there's no. Let me have a look. Citra, Cascade, Amarillo, Mosaic. Yeah, so I'm getting a kind of juicy type thing. They sometimes come with Amarillo, but Simcoe is the main one that does it. But it's kind of a sweet stroke, chalky, sour bitterness that's going on. It's for me, it's heading down the more lemon side than the orange side, which is very odd. But I suppose Mosaic has got a bit of grapefruitiness. You're getting a peachiness from the Cascade, but no lemon. Yeah, it's weird. I'm definitely tasting lemon. Put it that way. Cheers and beers. Oh, yeah, it's like a juicier pale ale. Everything's so hazy, um, and there isn't any oats in here from what I can see. So that creaminess isn't there, and I guess I'm so used to it, especially with the hazy ones, the proper hazies. And this one is not a proper hazy beer. Um, yeah, having a more juicy style beer is something unusual these days. Um, but I think there's a touch of kind of off flavored sourness in there, which perhaps shouldn't be there. I'm putting my judging cap on now, so yeah, I wouldn't put this through as a fantastic beer. that will win any competitions, put it that way. I'm not saying it's a bad beer. I'm just saying there's some flavours in there that I don't know if they're supposed to be there or not. That makes sense. We've got extra pale malt, so you kind of almost lagery, but you know, it's the hops and the interaction. Um, yeah, interaction with the malts essentially. It could be the interaction with the yeast as well, but I don't think it is in this particular case. Yeah, and it goes down, getting that kind of lemony thing again. Sometimes I say it's that kind of licking the battery type of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, not really my taste. But if you like the juicy style beers, especially if you like a pale ale, why not try that one out? If you have got this month's Beer 52 box, let me know down below. What do you think of this beer? Are you kind of getting a similar thing to me? Are you getting that kind of uh, lemony kind of punch to it? Who knows? Anyway, 'tis your loving Uncle Jonah here. I can never stay away for doing videos for too long. And hopefully I'll be back with another beer review, and that'll be coming up real soon.